Hello, Aries. Welcome to a timeless wave of love reading where we discuss the topic of love. However, the conversation would like to be had via one of the two sister energies that I read for, which on this channel belongs to the energies of Bastet. Bear in mind, whatever brings you here is in true form in listening out to this reading. However, keep in mind, this is a collective reading that I, a seventh, am holding at this time. This is not a personal one-to-one connection. And so it's important that you utilize your discernment to take all the bits and pieces that resonate with you and leave anything with me behind that may have not been to your liking or didn't resonate. Again, whatever brings you here as far as having affiliation with the sign of Aries is, again, also not only welcome, but in true form. However, you have a connection with the label and or the ladder. Again, I am Seventh, aka Master Seventh, that reads these energies for you. I am a master healer that provides remote wellness alignments and tarot intuitive insights such as this. Bear in mind, the description box below has several information for you, not only accessing my sister channel of Sekhmet, or the content between the two, as well as checking out my website that you can utilize to find out more information as to who and what I am, and also book any services that I have currently made available for you. All right, wave of love. Remember that feminine and masculine energies are non-gender specific. However, feminine has both feminine and masculine. Masculine as well has feminine and masculine. Devil, devil, devil peeking through. All right. All right. Starting off with a slight little punch here. We have the Five of Pentacles with the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. I'm immediately getting like an energy. Be mindful of passerbyers that are staying longer than what? So weird. If there's a passerby that kind of makes you like glitch, it's the best way I can explain it. And they keep entering your stratosphere. They're like energy vampires, all right? Like you can't get rid of this energy. I'm not saying you can't physically get rid of this energy, but it seems to be that the pattern that's coming up that seems to be a nuanced sense of behavior is there's an energy within your stratosphere that is very much present, and they not only suck your energy, but they don't know how to reciprocate. Reciprocating to you via them means pretending to ask you questions that they actually give a shit about, that they don't actually give a shit about, and listening out to your answers. Yeah, they're just really, they're like a wannabe powerful energy of like, yeah, I'm magnetizing and taking your energy. All right, so you're learning to maybe recognize that pattern, that possibility, that little leak, the pinhole of obstruction, yet also a pinhole of clear view. So I think you're learning how to accept a 20/20 perspective of life, whatever that may mean to you. All right. You're learning how to check your balances, quite literally. Internally, externally, holding people accountable, holding yourself accountable. Others are really more interested in the work element of life, because the work element is a bigger priority that can offset a lot more responsibilities. So if it's too emotional, you're not very interested. You're interested in your money, Knight of Pentacles. If there's an energy around you that seems to be just like nagging and asking silly questions, but don't give you room to answer them, then again, it's like naggy, all right? It's naggy. I'm hearing toxic feminine energy, and that's also still non-gender specific. However, it's toxic feminine energy, pleading his or her cry and saying that you are in need to fulfill them. Not the case here, okay? That is not the case. Anyway, yeah. Like emotional codependency here, Ten of Wands with the Strength card. So that's what you're more or less facing. At the same time, you're facing it by going through this and making it to the bitter end of a long time chapter. That may include, having to accept that moving forward is elevating thyself, and by elevating thyself, you might be out leveling others. So maybe this is inclusive of a person that you might be leaving behind. Either way, there's always people that you're left behind, right? It's like move forward movement. There's going to be things you're going towards, and there's going to be things that you're, in essence, leaving behind. Yeah, Six of Wands with the Three of Pentacles. Okay, again, you're just learning about your own victorious or if it's not victorious, it's on its verge to become victorious for you, because anything that negates trials and tribulations, and then you're also the end, and you come out on the other end wholesome or still complete or able, then you're getting it. You're getting the finite structure of the details within life, because the details begin with putting the right needle and thread together for your own self, right? And your ego shapes a lot of the possibilities of many crossroads and pavements. Okay, like you design a lot of adventures. You're not only a fire sign that demands such structure, but it is also something that you can easily put on a contractual basis with other people, because they like that sense of adventure with you. Yet if you do find yourself in a pattern of life that life cycles keep coming, and like you're getting older, you're aging, maturing, and certain things are not really changing, that's because you're ignoring certain aspects of change within yourself. Six of Pentacles here with the Queen of Swords. There's no time for inner illusions anymore, delusions. There has to be a step up to your own self. Whether that's mystical, spiritual, egotistical, whatever that is, it is a step up. It's not something that you can really bypass here. Try to lessen your need to sign a verbal contract that you also are not actually... okay, if you can't make amends to written contracts, and you can't be on a compromisable level with written contracts, then mind your verbal contracts. Lovers. All right. Oh no. I feel like there's a plea of wanting a lot and knowing little on how to get it. Listen, if you're somebody who has a hard time not turning to self-inflicting pain, I'm seeing a lot of like, I'm seeing not a lot, but I'm seeing some healing from having been maybe found guilty of cutting yourself, if that's the case, and this is a therapy process for you, then I highly suggest that if you can't take the time out to come to me and rejuvenate, or whatever that may be, that at least you could try to hear the advertisement of the verbiage of what I'm about to say and go listen to binaural beats, because they're internal frequencies that need to be resurrected within you, okay? And where people can't go, where people will fail you or maybe not meet your expectations, music will reach you. Okay? Ace of Cups. All right. Yep. Wheel of Fortune. Just needing to really get an honoring of internal judging. Okay? It's literally what it is. Because your exposure of being out in the world anyway sometimes can be too much, and then you're being forced to kind of like discipline the versions that makes the external world hostile to you. So you're learning on how to characteristically develop your own sense of accountability, sense of structure, the relationship you have with yourself and others, and really learning at the flow within that, so that way you can become attracted to your own glow, because you love that social engagement. And you can assess yourself with a form of validation when you go to social gatherings and when they mark on your glow, on your style, on your aesthetics. It validates something from within. So you're in this zhuzhing, uproaring. All right, I'm here for it, and I'm wishing you a wonderful, wonderful journey. All right. May you have a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space, and may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.